What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do TikTok on the video, and we're gonna hop right into it. So today we'll be talking about Luh Bird. So if you don't know who Luh Bird is, Luh Bird is a Houston rapper with TSF. TSF is, if you didn't know, that's Sauce Walka and them.
Oh yeah, y'all already know what the high be. It's me, the motherfucking Luh Bird, the truth, and the one and the only, the flies you can see, you know what I'm talking about? We overseas with the babies, you talking about? You dig? We trying to take your baby overseas and give it a breeze, you know what I'm talking about?
So what sadly ended up happening, Luh Bird was shot and killed. I think it was either yesterday or Sunday. So first, starting, if you don't remember, I can't remember exactly what month it was, but a couple months ago, Say So P, another one of Sauce Walka artists, was killed in his hometown of Memphis, right across the street from the FedEx Forum. Well, actually, his whole case is kind of interesting because one, we found out allegedly that he had stole like a lot of money. I can't remember how much. I think it was like 200 racks, something like that, from somebody in Memphis, or 200 racks, I think, from somebody in Memphis. So that's, let's be honest, y'all, that's enough money to want to get a nigga off for. And that's enough money. If you have enough money for a nigga to run off with 200, that's enough money to, find some people to off that nigga too. So RIP to Say So P though. But what's also interesting about this case, because one of the shooters that we seen on camera, the one, he was inside the store, he had took his mask on, he had like his dreads up like that. He was found dead in Houston in an abandoned house.
New details in the downtown shooting near FedEx Forum that killed Memphis rapper Say So P and injured Houston rapper Sauce Walka. Memphis police say murder suspect Jaden Dandridge was found dead in Houston. The warrant for his arrest is now canceled.
So in Houston of all places, but it's just interesting because if Say So P and them if he had gotten into it for that specific reason about stealing the money, you would think it'd be on some Memphis shit. So how the guy end up getting found in Houston with Sauce Walka and them? It was just a crazy scenario. But what we're here to talk about today is Luh Bird. So it's not a lot about why this happened. So what we do know from the news clip and things of that sort, somebody came banging on his door, knocking on it, and whoever it is, Luh Bird had to be familiar with. They get into a tussle. As you know, the tussle happens, the guy pulls out and shoots Luh Bird 10 times, and he died.
Breaking news in Southwest Houston this afternoon. A man in his early 20s is dead after a fight in an apartment parking lot ended in gunfire. Police say it started when someone banged on his door at the Oakmore Apartments near West Airport Boulevard around noon. The fight then spilled outside where shots were fired. The man died at the scene. A woman inside the apartment and other witnesses are now being questioned. And right now, police have no suspect description. But if you know anything, you know what to do. Call Crime Stoppers.
So RIP Luh Bird. The interesting one, I do feel for Luh Bird's significant other, because she was in the apartment with him, and seeing your significant other die in front of you, real like that is crazy as hell. 10 shots at that. 10 shots at close range at that. So what is interesting about this case is because who exactly is the person that shot him to Luh Bird? And obviously he didn't think the person was either a threat to kill him, or he thought if they was gonna get into it, the fight. I don't know. To me, if you open the door, if you look through your peephole and you see a nigga that you got some type of beef with, but it's beef enough to one, if a nigga banging on your door, he gotta be mad as fuck already. But two, it had to be some type of, you knew him well enough that you didn't think he was gonna kill you. So that makes me wonder exactly who that person was. On top of that, what were they fighting about that was enough to come to your door to bang on it? But it was just a tussle at first. And if he upped it, that means Luh Bird was probably getting the best of him. And yeah, because if you went in a fight, what's your point of shooting? If you engaged in the fight knowing you was gonna beat his ass anyway, what's the point of shooting? So obviously it had to be the dude who shot Luh Bird had to be losing the fight. But I just really wonder what the fight could have been over. The only thing, you know, maybe that helped the suspect is that if Luh Bird was found with a weapon. This is, you know, a clear and easy murder case. Even though they described the fight, this is a clear, easy murder case because when you came to his house banging, and it sounds like y'all got into a even fight, and then after the fight you start shooting. So yeah, the murder, definitely whoever, you know, when they get caught is definitely going to, you know, have to be fighting a murder case. But I really just want to know, like, what the issue could have been about for them to open a door, tussle, and then it end up being this. But I'm really, you know, feeling for Sauce Walka and them. You know, obviously you didn't lost two artists in close proximity to each other. You definitely had a close relationship with them and things of that sort. So obviously we're feeling for Sauce Walka, but RP to say so P and Luh Bird. But that's what I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do TikTok about the video, and we out.